I want to talk about low testosterone in women of perimenopause and menopausal age. I don't know if you knew, but you get 3 times as much testosterone in your body than you do estrogen. And we talk about estrogen, we don't talk about the effects of testosterone dropping as we go through perimenopause and menopause. Now, I've been looking at the studies, and what's very painful is that the thing I hear again and again and again is there's very little information about this. No shit, Sherlock. It's just par for the course when you look at what's happening with women's health. And the studies that I am finding, 2005, 2006, 2014, and it's really irritating. There are some more common studies a bit later, but they're not perfect because they're just not up to date. What I want to talk to you about is what happened to me, which led me to my research. So I used to do CrossFit 4 times a week. And super fit, I went and I worked out like an hour at a time every single time. That was 4 times a week flat out, and then I did other things on top of that. I did yoga, I walked, I did whatever. I hate running, never running. And I never got any muscles. I was constantly exhausted, and I never got fitter. Does that make sense? I never got fitter. Didn't matter what I did, I never got fitter. And I didn't understand this till I met a girlfriend of mine. And she said, you know what, I think you need to look at your hormones. I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, you need to look at your hormones. And that's when I started to look at how much testosterone I had in my system. And when I changed the amount of testosterone, which I started to take as a cream, oh my God, let me tell you, I suddenly developed muscular infrastructure. So I want you to check this. I made a list here. The lack of testosterone in a perimenopausal and menopausal women can lead to depression, anxiety, chronic stress, and thyroid issues. Here are symptoms of low testosterone: sluggishness, muscle weakness, right? Musculoskeletal issues. They think it has something to do with cardiovascular disease as well, but there's been no studies on this. Lack of sleep, reduced sex drive, weight gain, and vaginal dryness and loss of bone density. The last symptom that you get as a result of this is actually brain fog. And that exhaustion that drags you through as you go through perimenopause and menopause is horrendous. The thing that has really made a difference for me was my testosterone. And when I did the test, apparently I had okay testosterone, but thank God that I was working with a person, a medical professional, who just was like, I think you might want more than this. Just because it's normal, I don't think it's good enough. It was utterly life-changing. So I want to ask you, as women going through perimenopause and menopause and approaching it, right? I want you to start to think about how you can get your testosterone tested and what you can do about checking those levels, because it's vitally important. It isn't just about estrogen. It's also about testosterone, and it's about progesterone, okay?